Hi everyone, this is Kanupya Agarwal once again from Powai Women Networking. We are back with another bunch of inspiring kids for PWN Talks with Kidpreneurs. In the last episode, we spoke to three children who have started their very own party planning venture. And today we have three other kids who are also supremely talented and bright, who are excelling in completely different fields. They've achieved so much in such a tender age. And to be honest, I do feel that a lot of credit for such children go to their parents also. So hats off to their parents for training them right, and I call it parenting done right. When we talk to the children, then we'll hear more about the parental support and what they do. So coming to the kids, we have a 14-year-old boy called Krish, who is a national level rifle shooter. He has started a corporate gifting venture called Mehman Gifting, which stands for Gifting with a Twist. He supports various social causes and has been recognized multiple times for his work.
Hi everyone, my name is Krish.
Next is Avathanshu, who is 15 years old. He's a chess champion and also the youngest chess journalist in the world. He is the perfect example of how we can make our passion our career. And we will, of course, hear from him very soon.
Yeah, hi. Great to be here.
Last but not the least, we have sweet little Ananya, who is an exceptionally talented and a gifted artist. I have seen her work multiple times earlier, and I have been very impressed by her work.
Hi, I'm Ananya, and it's really amazing to be here right now.
Hi, everyone. So let's get started with the very first question. So, Krish, first we'll start with you. Tell us a little about your work and the idea behind you starting this kind of a venture.
Okay, so firstly, I would like to thank Kanupriya Agarwal ma'am as well as the Powai woman for allowing me to come on the great platform. So now I'll start with my Mehman Gifting Solution, the venture which I had. So firstly, in my school, actually, they were organizing like a flood donation camp. So like in Kerala floods, there were like people were suffering a lot. So there was also some donation camps in our school. So where I actually exhibited my pots and plants, which I had taken from a lot of the farmers, basically. So when I displayed these products, people were like really amazed seeing at those pots and plants, and they were like, these pots and plants are beautiful. So I thought that people are really getting attracted to it. And actually, moreover, I'm also a national level rifle shooter. So actually, this is a very expensive sport, and some of my friends were actually leaving the sport because they didn't have enough of money. So their parents were actually farmers. So these farmers, they grew like really good plants. I saw that there is a difference between nursery plants and there is difference between those plants. So I thought that why don't I help these shooters to come back as well as sell these pots and plants by the farmers. So I'm helping basically the shooters as well as their families. So I thought that why don't I just start my company, and therefore I started Mehman Gifting Solution with a Twist, where I actually exhibit pots, plants, copperware, and baskets, hampers, a huge amount of products you can see on my website as well. So I combined this and I formed Mehman Gifting Solution with a Twist. I've actually also helped women, where I'm the part of Women Entrepreneurs Enclave, where I actually donate 60 rupees of the every plant I sell for the women for the sanitary napkins, because I think that their health is also really important. So yeah, that's a brief overview of my entire Mehman venture.
But actually, it's very, very inspiring and impressive that, and also like you are doing so much, like, helping the farmers and also helping them meet their expenses of, say, you said shooting, which is really incredible. So, Krish, do you cater to individual and bulk requirements both?
Yeah, both corporate gifting as well as the individual needs, whatever is required. You can also customize according to what you want, according to any festival. Like if you are you're gifting to someone, we can make it like special packaging. If it is for Diwali, we can have like different hampers and different customization according to what you need. So we do for both individual as well as bulk.
That's super. I'm moving on to Ananya. Ananya, would you like to tell us how you started your work and what all are you doing in the field of art?
Um, First, I only had a page and I just used to post my work because it was just a hobby at first. But then people started coming to me and asking for them and for some personalized stuff they wanted. So I used to make and give for free at first, and then I found out that I could actually put them on different like cups and t-shirts, and also I used to put it on that and also give. So it actually varies from person to person on what they want, and I do that. Very
Yeah, and I also hear that you did some fundraiser as well for of your
Yeah,
products.
yeah.
So
So
tell us about
I
that.
in that I sold some of my stuff like cups, mouse pads, and t-shirts and etc. And using the money that I got, the entire money, I gave it to the Angel Express Foundation, and they used it for orphans and other underprivileged children.
That's superb. And now we move on to Avathanshu. Avathanshu, tell us what all you do because I know you are doing so much and I would love to know everything.
Well, yeah, thank you for having me here, Kanutya, ma'am. I'm Avathanshu again. I'm 15 years old. And I'm basically a chess journalist for Chess Base India, which is the biggest chess organization here in India. And what it focuses on mainly is to grow chess in India. Like as you all may be knowing, chess is not the biggest sport by any means over here, but it is a budding sport, and we are seeing a rise in a lot of talents and grandmasters. There are 68 of them here in India right now. So we're seeing a rise in it. And so my goal in all of this is to look for youngsters, maybe under the age of 18 or something like that. The kids who are doing really well, but who cannot get the funding they need to really grow in the game, because to travel to tournaments, to do all of that, it's not very cheap. So my job, like what I do, is to look for these talented kids, interview them, and write articles for them,
Huh,
basically.
sorry, didn't get that.
What I am so I talk to these kids who really could do with some more help, and I interview them. I have a chat with them, and then
Hmm.
I publish an article about it, so that in the hopes that it gains some traction. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, twice before this has worked for me, both times that I tried it. One of them was with a kid called Srishwan, who was a really talented chess player, but he simply lacked the funding that was necessary. And I happened to write an article about him. I felt bad. I wrote an article. And once I wrote it, people just, their heart went out for him. They stepped
Yeah.
forward. An anonymous donor donated money, and he's currently an international master. He's doing extremely well right now.
That's super. And I also saw one or two of your interviews on that website, Chess Base India. So it's really, I mean, I like that how similarly like you guys are here. I like how you were giving them platform to come and share their journey. So it is really important, I think, for kids also to get that sort of a platform, to share their journey, their experiences. It would inspire others. And also, three of you have one thing in common, which I realized, which is that none of you thought that okay, I want to make this my career. What really happened was that you were doing what you wanted to do, whatever you like doing. Like say he was playing chess, she was painting, and he was doing his rifle shooting. And there comes a motivation from nowhere, and a sudden motivation, and then you people decide, okay, this is where I want to go. So actually, it really, I can relate to this because I am of that sort too. Like, going with the flow instead of pre-deciding, pre-planning. I think it's worked wonderfully well for you guys. So now I would like to ask you your hobbies other than what you are doing. So we start with Ananya. Like other than art, what are your hobbies?
I love coding. That's one of my best, maybe, things to do in my pastime, and also I love reading. That's my other. If I cannot think of anything to paint, I read.
Nice. And what about you, Krish?
Yeah. So, exciting like the company, basically, I love to do rifle shooting as well as studies. Reading like new concepts and study. Like not only like I'm in 10th, so basically I don't like just 10th concepts like the 11th and the 12th concepts, the new interesting concepts. I like to read them as well, and I also like to do rifle
You are in
shooting a
which
lot.
school?
Aran Podar, CBSE.
Okay. And what about you, Avathanshu? What are your hobbies other than chess?
Other than chess, well, I like to do
Writing.
coding as well. I took a course on it too, and I've been enjoying it a lot. And I'm basically homeschooled over here, right? Due to some circumstances, I felt that it was better for me to learn by myself, right? Using online classes and other things, other online material. And that gave me a lot of free time to experiment with other things. So, mainly, I've been reading a lot, I've been writing, I've been doing coding, and the occasional gaming too.
That's super. So since when have you been homeschooled? Like since how many years?
Well, not very recently, since COVID and all that happened, I felt that it was in my best interest to do that, and I would say it's been better than before because I've had a lot of time to experiment with what I
Yeah,
like and got a
correct.
lot of
So you are pursuing your interests.
yes, while at the same
That's
time making up for it too by studying.
yeah, super. Nice. Krish, I would like to know the role of your parents in your work. What kind of support do they provide to you in your work, or is it that you are doing things mostly by yourself?
No, like some of the parts, of course, I do by myself, but my parents have helped me a lot. Like first, like when I like just came down to business, like I didn't know much about it. I researched about it, of course, but my parents, they had a business by themselves, so they gave me a few tips on business, like how to roll it, like how to roll with it, how to like advertise more of your products, how to promote it. They also helped me a lot with social medias, like how to promote your posts and everything. They also help me like like during this COVID, of course, we need transport services are at the primary. So they have also helped me like which transport companies are good, which transport services should you use, like based upon the time, 10 days, 5
Yeah.
days transport. So yeah, that'd be a lot.
So, do they also help you in sourcing the material?
No, sourcing the material, I'm mainly in many of the groups, such as the Women Entrepreneurs Enclave, the E4BM, so many groups. So mainly I source my raw materials from the network that they have because they have a lot of sources and
Okay.
I order it by myself.
Okay, that sounds great. So Ananya, I would like to know from you, like, how much time do you dedicate to your work, like to your art and
Uh,
your hobby?
um, I'm in eighth, and since I'm in ICSE, there's a lot of portion to cover in very less time. So,
Mm-hmm.
like on during the week, I have only Thursday and Friday where I'm taking my classes for my art exam. But on Saturday, Sundays, I dedicate as much time as I can for my hobbies
That's great.
because the rest of the
Okay,
days I'm really busy.
okay. And what about you, Avtanshu? How much you said that you have a lot of free time as well. So how much time are you dedicating to your work?
To my work itself, it's been quite a lot to be very frank with all with what COVID's been going on and stuff like that. Mainly because there's been a lot to write about. Mainly, many things have shifted towards online, and kids went into
Mhm.
lockdown. So I actually wrote one entire series called Lucena in Lockdown about all the chess players who went under lockdown. So I spoke to them and asked them what their routines are like, how they're coping, and what's different between playing online chess and playing chess over the board. because the
Yeah.
experience was very different. So that took a bit of my time too. So yeah, it's been a lot of different things in the same
So
time.
I'm sure you have like a lot of interesting things to share because everything is different now. Like like you spoke to the chess players and they also have a lot of different experience to share. So I'm sure you have also learned a lot during this period, right?
Yes, absolutely. It's like I'm learning something new myself because the way you see
Yeah.
the chess players who are so used to playing, they adapt towards all these new things. It's truly wonderful to see it happen. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I'm sure. What are your future plans, Avdanshu?
My future plans, well, as I said, I played chess for a very long time, almost like 10 years now. I would say, yeah, played chess for that long, and around 2017 ish, and before that, I started to slowly write more, and I became independently writing around then because the first time I wrote an article all by myself independently was when I went to Spain to cover a tournament called Sunday Sitges, all on my own with other grandmasters in it. That was really interesting for me and it was completely new to me. That's where I've picked up my writing ever since. But I feel that like wherever I go, whatever I pursue, I also like computer science. Coding is always fun for me. Love doing that. But I feel like whatever I do, writing and chess will always be by my side. I don't think I'll ever let go of them.
That's great. And Ananya, what are your future plans? What do you want to do when you grow up?
Um, I'm not exactly sure. I'm in a very confused state that
Mm-hmm.
because I half want to go into biological engineering and half I want to go into astronomical engineering. And since they are like kilometers apart, I really cannot decide. So I'm sometimes at a loss. Sometimes I would like to
Yeah,
say that I love physics and bio and chem all at the same time, and maths is my favorite. So
but then
I
there's a
won't leave
long time
art.
to go.
I won't leave
Yeah,
art, obviously, but I know that that art will at least help me in whichever field I want to go in.
yeah, I'm sure. And anyway, there's a long time to go, so you have time to decide. Yeah. And what about you, Krish? What do you want to do when you grow up?
So mainly like studies will always be my path. Like so mainly I have decided that mainly I'll go for medical. Mainly my studies will end up in medical. But my other main motive will be like to take like, my company Mehman to like international or like
Yeah.
complete franchise over India and help more amount of people.
Hmm.
And also like I become an international rifle shooter. And I'm already a national level rifle shooter. I've represented India, but I want to become at a much higher stage than what I am at mainly in the future.
That's good. I mean, you have a lot of clarity, I suppose. That's nice. And I must tell the audience that if you people have any questions for the three of them, please feel free to write in the comments and we will ask your questions to the children. And now coming to another question. So we will start with Ananya. So Ananya, what has been your biggest achievement so far? Like something which you are like proud of that, okay, this is what I have done.
There are two main things that I'm really proud of is that my donation to the Angel Express Foundation. I'm really proud of that. It was really nice to help those kids who were not as fortunate as any of us today. And my second biggest achievement maybe was when I held the stall. That was the first time I actually ran something on my own. And I think it was a good experience for me because I had never done that before and I love trying new things.
Nice. Krish, what has been your biggest achievement so far?
Okay, so my main biggest achievement was during the lockdown where I'd actually gone to distribute like few blankets and like the ration to like poor people actually, where and clothes as well and sanitizers and masks to them. So I felt really good. Like when you donate to people, it like really gives you the inner happiness or the inner feel that I really love. So I think that was the biggest achievement. And my second biggest achievement was that when I went to Pune, like before the lockdown, I went to Pune to distribute the sanitary napkins to women, like to the rural women. So maybe I also thought that was my biggest achievement till now.
Yeah, and when you know you are making a difference to the society, then you are motivated to work even more. So yeah, I can understand that.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And Avtanshu, what has been your biggest achievement that you are very proud about?
My biggest achievement, I would say, chess wise, I played in states, I played nationals, internationals, I've played in multiple, like different countries, Spain, Italy, um, and then Portugal, a lot of different places. But my biggest achievement, as such, I would say, is trying to bring the smile to the people and seeing it work. That's what's made me most happy. Because, for example, when my first article, which was Life of a Young Chess Player, which I had written when I was, I'll be honest, very inexperienced, it was my first article which I had published on the platform, and that's the one that gained traction. So it had made me really happy to see my article there for the first time
Yeah.
for everybody to see. So in the
Yeah.
same way, I'm sure that when other people see their achievements displayed on the front over there, or see somebody willing to help them out, I'm sure they will have that same smile on their face, and that's what I like to see, to be honest.
Yeah, that's something which touched my
Right.
chord. I mean, like what he's talking about is like your first ever, say, article that is published, or first ever achievement is something which is very special to us. Like, say, Ananya talked about donating funds, and Krish also talked about distributing things. So, what Avtanshu is saying that he wants others to experience that first level of achievement. So, which is really incredible to think from that point of view. Really nice. And so we start with Avtanshu for the next question. Like, what advice do you have for younger kids who dream of becoming chess players or who are still learning?
All right. I would say that one thing which my mother, like my parents and my mother, inculcated very well in me was that they made sure that I was reading a book. When you're traveling to all these chess tournaments and things like that, it becomes very it becomes distracting to play games or watch movies. So it's generally better to read a book or do chess. So I was always reading like a book, anything that caught my fancy, fiction, non-fiction, and reading so much over so many chess tournaments. I think that really helped me to get thing for writing, if you ask me. And
Yeah.
chess, well, if you enjoy the game, and if you're patient, like enough to sit in like one place for long periods of time, anyone can do it. Anyone can do it easily.
Yeah. What about you, Ananya? What advice do you have for somebody like who is already good in art and wants to pursue something in art?
The first thing I would say is that no matter how hard it gets to create something, you should just try your best, firstly, and secondly, you should not stop at just art. You should even do different kinds. It's
Correct.
like a major thing to, and you should take it to the outside world, obviously, because that will just boost your confidence, and people can give you ideas of what. And when you have something I like to call artist's block, where you don't know what to paint at all, like having a social platform where people can like give you ideas is a really helpful thing today. And since there are so many people in the world and so many options that they can give you, it is really helpful.
Yeah, sure. And Krish, what advice do you have to people who are young entrepreneurs or who want to make a difference to the society?
I feel like the kids who actually want to make a difference. I mean, if you really want to make a difference, or like if you really have it in your heart, then only go for it. Like I would want to give you advice. Like in business, it's really hard to concentrate between as well as studies. So you must already take a decision that you actually want to pursue business and you can handle both of them. and as well as you must also like there will be losses, there will be some stages where you will drop, there will be some stages where you will feel extremely happy. So there will be like different levels of happiness, different levels of sadness. So my basic will be just keep calm, keep cool. Let uh, let let just not money be your main motive, but helping people be your main motive. Yeah, that's what I would like to say. So,
Yeah. So now we move on to the last segment, which is a quick rapid fire with the three of you. I will ask you your choices and you need to answer in one word, okay? Yeah. So we start with Krish. Krish, your favorite movie?
my favorite movie. Okay, I guess Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice.
Okay. Favorite food?
Okay, me only. Okay, favorite food, I guess pav bhaji.
Okay. Okay. Now moving on to Ananya, favorite movie?
Um, hard. Descendants.
Okay. Favorite food?
Favorite food. This is hard. Uh, Maggie.
Okay. And Avtanshu, you favorite food and favorite movie?
My favorite movie is The Pursuit of Happiness, and my favorite food is pasta by far.
Okay. And Avtanshu, your favorite subject in school?
Uh, ICT, computers, maths, and English. All three of those.
And favorite book?
Oh. My favorite book is A Short History of Nearly Everything, I would say, by Bill Bryce.
Okay. And do you like to stay home or go out?
I'm an introvert. Staying home is a gift and a blessing in disguise.
So now I think this time would be a gift for you. I mean, being home with family, doing
Yeah,
your
yeah,
thing.
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, Ananya, your favorite subject in school?
Mathematics and computers.
Favorite book?
Priority Rise of the Preceptor.
And do you like to stay home or be out?
Be out. I'm sorry, but staying home is really, really hard for me. I
Okay,
cannot stay
okay,
in
your
one
mama
place
is
for a very
listening,
long
I'm
time.
sure.
I cannot stay home for too long, and this is really pushing the limits.
I can understand. And what about you, Krish? Your favorite subject in school?
My favorite subject is French and maths.
And favorite book?
I have not read many books, but I would say like the one book which I've read is Potter. Small, so I love that.
Okay, and do you like to stay home or go out?
Go out, 100% go out.
Okay, nice. So with that, we come to an end of another episode with kids and kids who were supremely talented, rather I would say multi-talented and doing so much more than what we can imagine, along with making a difference to the society. Hope you all in the audience found it meaningful. And thank you, Krish, Ananya, and Avthanshu for being here today and sharing your experiences. I'm sure everybody found it delightful, and I wish you all the best for the future.
Yes, it was absolutely lovely to
Thank
be here.
you. This
For
was amazing.
Yeah.
a wonderful
Thank you,
year.
Kanupriya ma'am. Thank you a lot for
Thank
this
you.
Thank you for
opportunity.
the opportunity.
Thank you and all the best. And guys, comment in the section below whether you liked it and what do you want to see next from us. Bye bye.